This Map First Impressions video is brought to you by the Farmer Klein YouTube channel. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Hello everybody, and welcome back to another Map First Impressions video. Today we're going to take a look at FS19 Dahl Ranch. As you can see from the map selection screen, Dahl Ranch is based on a farm in eastern Montana in the United States. Let me read you a brief bit of the description. It says, Dahl Ranch is based on a real-life ranch in Montana. Fields, 2 dams, and roads are actual as they are in real life. New farmer mode, you start with everything needed to get your operation up and running. Large cow with small double silo bunker, sheep, lime station, and farm silo. Now, I will add a caveat here. When you read that, it sounds like you start with a large cow area with double silage bunkers, sheep, lime station, and a farm silo. What you really start out with is sheep, lime station, and a farm silo, because the large cow area is not owned by you and is quite expensive up front. So there's no way a new farmer is going to be able to afford that cow area from the get-go. This is farm manager, starts with a large cow, large sheep, small double silo bunker, lime station, and plenty of room to build your own farm. That is true to the extent that when you start farm manager mode, the map has in it a large cow bunker, large sheep shed, double silo bunker, and a lime station, and a farmhouse. But you don't own any of the land. So none of that is really useful to you until you buy the land. And if you buy the land that is on that property, you're not going to have a whole lot of money to buy equipment with that $1.2 million. With that said, let's go ahead and jump on in. The retriever, normal mods. I'm going to pull up the log. Wait for the map to load up. It's going to load up real fast because there isn't a lot going on with this map. The map is only 80 megabytes in size, so it is very small. And the reason it's so small is that, well, 99% of the map, if not 99.5% of the map, is field area. Let's go ahead and take a look at the map itself. And, well, let's see here. The first thing that jumps at you is the massive field 6. This thing is probably easily 3/4 of the map. Let's take a look. It is $7.7 million. Buy that. You're going to be working quite a while to earn that much money legitimately to afford that big piece of land. Let's check the next smallest piece of land that you could buy is Field 2. That is $635,000. Field 3, $674,000. Field 4, $1.25 million. Pretty much your whole bankroll in farm manager mode. $2 million for Field 5, and again, $7.7 million Field 6. Now, there's lots of other plots around here. $4.28 million, or $428,000, $438,000, $654,000, $362,000, and here is that cow area, $383,000. Okay, so you can see $413,000 plus $383,000. That's going to let you buy both of these plots in farm manager mode. You'll have no fields. Want to buy a field, you're going to need another $336,000. By the time you buy all three of these things in farm manager mode, you're going to have what? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's basically $1 million. You're going to have about $180-some thousand maybe to build out a farm and buy equipment for your stuff. So like I'm saying, I don't see anybody really starting with a cow area unless you sell this plot here, and then you basically have to move all of your operations to pretty much the cow pasture, because this whole area up here is the cow pasture. But we're going to take a look at that here momentarily. There are all the standard crops here on the map. We have one main sell point for most of our crops. In addition, we have a spinnery for our cotton and wool. We have a sell point selling station 2 for our eggs and milk. We have a wood chip sell point at the sawmill, and then we have the barn, which can accept our hay, straw, grass, and silage. There is no BGA on the map. Start out with a decent list of starting equipment, especially given the fact that we only own one field from the beginning. And we have no animals in that sheep area that we own. And let's take a look here. Fertilizing field 5, 104 acres. Field 3, 33 acres. Field 4, 66 acres. Really wish we had a contract here for field 6 just to get a good idea of how big that thing is. But if we take a look here at field 5, 104 acres, okay? And field 5 is down here. So if we try to mentally impose how many field 5s are going to be on field 6, okay? Well, we've got 1, 2, right now I'm trying to use my fingers to measure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Of course, we lose a little space there because it's narrowing up, but it's well over 500 acres of land on field 6. Console players, since this map is available for all platforms, harvesting field 6 will give you a sense of some of the, dare I say, stupidly big fields that sometimes show up in 4X maps. 16X maps, you get a whole lot of stupid big fields like that. I'm probably going to get some negative comments about, well, this is how farming is in America, but this is not how farming is where I grew up, where I live in America, that's for sure. Lots of fields are the size of fields 1 and 2. Very few single plots of land are the size of field 4. And there is definitely no single 100 or plus acre plots of land anywhere in the geography that I am living in, that I am used to seeing. So for me, spending basically 3 game days to harvest a field, all only to just sell all of the crop, because there's no way I'm going to afford all the silos. And by the time I sell a portion of that field, the price is going to tank so much to the point, because there's only one sell point, that I'm basically going to get nothing for the crop for most of the field harvest. It's not a lot of fun for me. But that's me. I'm going to try not to come across too negative on the map just for my personal preferences. But for me, I think this map would be absolutely great if it had maybe 3 times as many fields, and field 6 was maybe split up into maybe a dozen sections. That's just me. Okay? So let's explore farm area here. Start here. This is our career start point, right by our farmhouse. Got our American flag there. You have a lime silo over here. Plenty of open grass area to put down buildings, make your own fields to complement the one field that you do own from the start. Put down other animal areas, or just make hay and silage with it. Got some of our equipment sitting over here, kind of just out in the grass area, and this is our silo. We have the small silo dump station. We have the small easy shed here with our harvester, some more of our equipment. We have some trailers, I suppose, for the ranch hands. And interestingly enough, we start with 3 different trucks. So each of these vehicles we can get into and make use of. And speaking of vehicles, I kind of went on a tirade, I guess, looking at the map, and I forgot to look at the starting equipment. So here we go, the starting equipment. We start out with 3 tractors, John Deere 6250R, Case Puma 240 CVX, and the 380 CVX. So our tractors range in horsepower from 270 to 435 horsepower. We have the new the Massey Ferguson, Massey Ferguson 7347S harvester. There's our 3 pickup trucks. We have the grain header, 25-foot Massey Ferguson grain header. We have the Kinsey grain cart. Got the Amazon cultivator, the big Stara seeder. Got the Tempo V8 planter with fertilized hopper in the front. Got the Kuhn sprayer, 3-point sprayer. We got the Bredal, the smaller Bredal lime spreader and fertilized spreader. Got the Kuhn 3-point hitch fertilized spreader. Got the New Holland Discbine mower. We've got the header and the Kuhn wheel rake. Then we've got the Bergman forage wagon. Got the John Deere loader arms with bale spike, and then we have the large cow pasture, large sheep pasture, and the grain silo. We have the placeable small bunker, the easy shed, and the 3 farm trailers, as well as the farmhouse, all in our starting equipment. So we could sell all this off, should we so wish. The only thing we can't sell, basically, is the lime station. That is because it is on land. It isn't on. I was going to say it's on land we don't own, but it is on land that we do indeed own. With that, let's get set up for a little bit of an overview, aerial overview. Then we'll go check out sheep area, cow area, get our Mahindra, drive around a little bit, and we'll call it that. All right, let's go ahead and take some flight. So we're going to go ahead and just stop there. So first off, I really want to commend the mod author for the distance scenery. From this view, it looks really, really good. We can see way off in the distance. The map edge is just north of that road that's running across from east to west. But you know, from the low level, you don't know that. Map edge here basically is where those trees stop. But again, you look off in the distance, and it just goes and goes and goes. You can see the mountains off in the distance. Same here. The map ends basically just beyond that cell point down there. But again, from this angle, it just extends beyond. I really want to commend the map author for his work on basically extending the map visually. So here we have the main farm. Lots of area here, like I said, to put down additional buildings. All that grass there. Then right there is field 1, complete with kind of a drainage way. You have a bridge there over the drainage way, which right now is completely dry. We have the sheep area and the cow area. See the fenced in area here. So there isn't really a lot of area to like build out that much of a farm if you were to sell off the main farm and basically buy this. A lot of it is fenced off with the water there. Then let's just go down a little bit more so we can see the fence better. Then the whole cow area in the back is fenced off also. But boy, do these cows really have a space to roam. Makes the 250 cow capacity of the large cow area not seem so ridiculous with respect to them walking around. I kind of hope that they do. Well, they can't. That's the problem. Well, we'll see. Hopefully, well, maybe not, because the fence is still there. I was going to say I would like to see cows roaming all the way through here, but the fence is still there. We're going to buy a cow or two and just see where they spawn in at. Hopefully, they don't just walk around in that area. Maybe they do. There's a limitation on the size of the nav mesh for the game. That I don't know. And this is the massive field 6. And at least it's not completely flat. It seems to be a raised area here. And there are power towers going through this field and through a few other fields. These towers, at least the ones I've checked, do indeed have collisions. Aren't what I call cheater towers, where hired helpers will just drive through them. Hired helpers will detect and will avoid those. Just be aware if you do use a hired helper, which I suspect you're going to use as many hired helpers as you can afford to get this field harvested before it withers, then you're going to be having to come back and take care of that. So this is field 2 with that drainage way. Of course, I suspect lots of players will just plow that up and make it into a one solid square field, as probably will this one. This is pretty true to life with drainage ways like that. Here we have the animal dealer. And then I believe that is the spinnery sell point also. But we'll take a little bit closer look at that at the PDA. And the distance scenery really doesn't start to falter until you really get up close to it. That weird strip of green there. Then the further it goes out, more, again, real it starts to look. Let's just fly down the road here. To our left, we have the sawmill, where we have our wood chip and log sell point. Then coming up, we have the store. And then we have the 2 sell points. We have on the left, basically the dairy that accepts our eggs and milk. Then on the right, we have the grain sell point and also fuel depot. Go ahead and basically make our way back up to the farm here, and then, like I said, we're going to explore the sheep area and the cow area. Then we'll get our Mahindra and just do a little quick drive around. I did check. There does not appear to be a water trigger at that windmill. Over here we have the standard sheep area. You all know how this works, so we'll just get one sheep just to see them in here. There's the sheep. You have the water trough. You have the food trough. Then we have the spawn point for the pallets on the other side. Over here, we've got the road here that winds its way over to the cow area. Again, we don't own the cow area from the start. Here is the barn. You've all seen this. And this is the hay, straw, grass, and silage sell point on the map. Road comes around here. We've got the 2 silage bunkers that are associated with the cow area. We've got another little shed here where basically all of our hay making equipment is stored. And then we have the cow area. Again, it's just the standard Farm Sim 19 cow area. Got some grass growth inside the building, some water, standing water. Go ahead and just get a few cows. See where they spawn in at. See if they happen to walk past that that fence or not. So we've got a water trough course, we got the food trough in the building. Got to come through the gate here. Then inside this area, we have the straw, trigger, slurry, and manure. Doesn't look like they extend past here. Is a little bit of a disappointment. Like I said, I really would have liked seen cows make full use of this whole area, if at all possible. See cows wander all the way around this whole area. That would have been pretty cool. Got a gate back here in the back. Cows not wandering back through here, then this could be another field. You could definitely use this to mow your grass, make your silage, then your hay and whatever. Because this itself is a massive, massive area that isn't going to really be utilized by the cows, apparently. All these fields do have gated entrances. So, let's go ahead and get our Mahindra. Jump down to the shop. Like I said, it's not my intention to come across that I think this is a bad map. This map is not my, doesn't correspond to my personal tastes. But I do want to try to cover it, channel, and for other folks. But overall, I think there are some valid points there. Again, this map's not going to be a cup of tea for everybody. Every map is not a cup of tea for everybody. Here we have the sell point repair trigger for the shop. Pretty decent forested area, and again, lots of open grass areas that you're going to be able to purchase. Let's open the gate and possibly put in additional fields, placeable sell points, or other placeables. Do all kinds of things in these grass areas. Alright, since we're already down here close to the southern portion of the map, let's go ahead and check out these two sell points. Alright guys, well, I'm trying to clear my throat. Just, it's all dry and everything. Have the entry point. Oh, it's gated. Pretty much seems to be gates everywhere. So here we have the fuel trigger, and it is quite a large. Be able to come in here with all kinds of big equipment. And then we have our cell trigger in here. It's our dump station. Big area. We could definitely come through here with a road train. Might make it a little hard to snake around through here. It's one of those big Wilson road trains. But I'm sure it's possible if you swing out wide enough on all of these areas. Now the next sell point that we're going to go to, it's kind of tricky. Took me a little while to figure out how to get into it, because I wanted to go in the front way, but I suspect the front way is not the desired way to get into sell point. It's going to be going around the back. Just because if you come into here, you're going to find the trigger is around back, and we can't go to the right. Get a little narrow area. I mean, if we had something little like the Mahindra, we could go around to the right. Really can't go around to the left, again, unless we have something small like the Mahindra here. Let's say even probably a pickup truck would be a little tight getting through this area. So the best way to get here to this sell point is to come around the back. Here we have dump station, which is really just for our milk and our eggs. Again, we've got that distant scenery. We've got other farms basically built out, the distant scenery. Other fields built out. Really does give that map a sense that it is much larger than it really is. Like I said, I think for me personally, if these 6 fields were more like 36 fields or 20 fields, and we had the distance scenery, and we had maybe 4 playable farms in this area, in addition to the visual appearance, as if there are multiple farms, you know, out beyond the playable area. I think this map would be, I think I'd be really, really digging the map personally. I'm just not super excited about ginormous fields. That's just not my idea of fun. Spending 12 hours of real time harvesting a field, or having to manage a fleet of 12 harvesters. With Courseplay or with Follow Me or just hired help. That just doesn't strike me as entertaining. That's me. Got traffic looping down there even. Cool. Probably come up here. And there's fields, or there's not fields, but there's gates pretty much at all the different entrances to the fields. This big old field 6 has a basically a ring road going around it. The fence does have collisions, as you can see. Tower off there in the distance scenery. I wonder if that's like a fire tower. I've heard that they have those out west. Towers out in the area and overlook large portions of the countryside. Basically, see if there are wildfires that have started. Fires that get started as a result of a ground lightning strike, things like that, or if that's what the purpose of that is. See, now it's kind of built here in the forest, so it could be that purpose. Kind of get up above the forest trees. Go ahead and check out the Sawmill area. And all this area here in front of this forest, for example, that is part of the land that you buy. So when you buy that, or if you buy that, then you could put in a field, put in whatever you want. And of course, I'm harping on how big these fields are. There's no reason you can't carve them up and make them smaller either. Personally, I never end up being that imaginative. I end up just playing with fields how they are. I've seen lots of folks do all kinds of creative things. I could see you making Field 6 into all kinds of interestingly shaped individual fields. Cooper Brothers, cozy log cabins, rough sawn lumber. Huh. Over here we have the log trigger, and I have to say this log trigger is a pretty tricky one. For the most part, it is on top of this log belt, or log, what do you want to call this? Log chute, whatever you want to call it. Basically, logs on there make their way into the sawmill. Okay, but the trigger does extend on either side a little bit. So if you were careful, you could back up a log trailer to here, and then go activate that and basically sell your logs off the trailer without having to basically unload them onto that flat platform. Then around over here we have the wood chip trigger. I believe it's over there at the wood chip heap. There is a square there, but I believe that is for lumber transport. Transport contract. Transport items from wool sales to... Oh, that's wool sales. I thought that was wood sales. But I'm thinking that might be a trigger for a transport contract. Alright, let's make our way back out of here, and just for funsies, let's go in cab. Well, in cab driving. And just experience the map up to the animal cell point from the road perspective. There you see our farm out there. We see the farmhouse and the flagpole. Since there's so much open terrain, we can see all the buildings popping in with the various view distances. See the power towers extending off into the fields, up over the hill, bending back. And watch out, we've got kind of a rickety bridge down here. A bit of bridge repair has been done. Definitely some more could be used. And then we have a very, very steep incline. I could see trucks with a low front fender basically having problems getting up over that hill. Anything with low front clearance. Definitely any sort of low loader is definitely not making their way up that hill. Here we have the animal cells and the wool and cotton cell point. Got the animal trigger right there, and then we have the wool and cotton trigger right here. Show you that on the PDA, spinnery, and the animal dealer. And that, guys, pretty much it. I mean, right over here we have a road. It's going to take us back to that big grass area behind the cow area. And it's going to extend over here to the ring road. It goes around big old field 6. Drive that ring road all the way down here, where we saw that gate down here. Also a gate over here. Gate here to get into that big field. So lots of ways into that giant field, which for its own right maps like the valley of the old farm. The whole map could fit on field 6. Easy. Just as a comparative. So if you were somebody that really liked to build out stuff, you could build out your own map on field 6 with placeables and painting ground texture, the ground roller, whatever. There's the gate that we opened here in the back of that the cow area. And here we have... Whoa, 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 whoa. Boundary. I want to test the collision wall on the map boundary. And then here we have big old field 6. Let's make our way over here just for funsies. Let's make our way over here to a power tower and just verify that these things do indeed have a collision. Remember, I'm going 48 miles per hour, pedal to the metal here. It's taking me this long to get partway across. To a tower is about midway into the field. And bang. Collision. Alright guys, so in the comments, let me know, what do you think of FS19 Dahl Ranch? I'll let my comments jade your thoughts, jade your opinions. I want to know what you really think of the map with giant field 6, big old field 5, and everything. The map has its strong points for my personal taste. Yeah, it's covered. The exorbitant size of the fields is just really what turns me off from it. That's okay. I want to hear what you guys think. Until next time, happy farming.